So we begin with jogging on the spot, followed by some star jumps, swinging our arms at the same time just to get those shoulders loose. So now we'll start by stretching out our sides. So if you lean to your right, stretching out your left side, then move slowly into a flat back and pulse here for a few seconds, and then move all the way forward, fold over and get your nose to your knee or as close as you can, and then swing up to a standing position and go again on the other side. And now we will lean directly forward, stretching out both legs straight down the back of our hamstrings. And once you've pulsed there for a few seconds, fold right forward and swing from left to right. Now we will focus back onto our right leg, fold over it again and flex your right foot while bending your left leg and bending down and standing back up straight, and do this a few times. You should really feel this down your right hamstring and all the way down your leg. And then back to the middle for 1 or 2 seconds, and then move over to your left side and repeat what you just did. So flexing the foot while bending the right leg up and down. And now we're going to move back to the centre, so fold forward and hug your legs for 2 seconds, then place your hand on the floor and start bending down, getting your bum as far to the floor as you can, and then up again. And if holding the floor is too easy for you, then wrap your arms around your legs, just like I'm doing here. Now we're going to crouch down and do around 5 bounces, and then slowly stretch your legs up and put your nose to your knees. Make sure your legs are close together. Don't worry if you can't keep your head very close to your knees, but do it as much as you can, try as hard as you can. This will come with time. And then for a few seconds, hug your legs while you're folded over as close as you can, with your nose as close to your knees as possible, and then roll back up slowly. So now link your hands just like I just showed you here, and spread your legs apart, have your hands linked behind you and bend forward, and this will stretch out your shoulder blades, ready for your bridge later on. So just do this for a few seconds, pulse up and down if you can, and you'll really feel that stretch behind your shoulders. Now stand up straight and cross your arm across your body while it's straight, and bring your other arm up across it to pull it over, and do this with both of your arms, and then swing them around just a couple of times to loosen up those muscles again. Now we're going to stretch out the middle of our legs again. This is really good for box splits. So if you open your legs as wide as possible with your feet and knees turned out as far as they can go, and push down with both hands on each knee. Do this for a few seconds. And then eventually what we'll do is we're going to move on to popping one of your shoulders forward, just like I'm doing here. And what this will do is it will push that leg further and further out, further than you'd be able to do it if you weren't using the force of your body weight. And this will really push you a lot closer to them box splits as well as your left and right leg splits. Do this on both arms and hold it for a good few seconds. Now if you crouch down and keep one of your legs bent with sitting on your heel, and straighten out the other leg, and as you do that, lean forward and put your elbows on the floor to get that maximum stretch across your leg. And what you need to do is push your bum as far down to the floor as possible to enable that stretch. Then after a good few seconds, come back up to the middle, holding that middle stretch, and then move over to the other side and repeat on the same leg. Remember to put your elbows on the floor and push your glutes down as if you're trying to get your bum to the floor, and this will really maximise that stretch for you. Go back to the middle for a few more seconds, and now we're really going to start stretching these splits. So we're going to lean down and put one leg forward with a bent knee as if you're going into a lunge, and the other leg straight back as if they were in the splits. And then we get our opposite arm to leg and reach over, grab the foot and pull your heel towards your bum as close as possible. You will really feel this down your quads, and this will really stretch them out, ready for your back leg to be on the floor when you're doing your splits. And then lean back, so we're stretching out the original bent leg, and just lean forward for a few seconds to stretch that back out. And then turn around and repeat this on the other leg. Remember, once your flat leg is down, reach your opposite arm over and grab that foot and pull your heel close right to your bum, and just keep pulling and pulling and pushing as if you're trying to get your thigh to touch the floor. Obviously this isn't going to happen, but this is where you're really going to feel your stretch. And then when you're ready, just slide backwards and lean forward to let your left leg straight and hug your knee so that your nose is touching your knee. So now it's time to finally move into your splits. So if you put your right leg forward and slide down slowly as far as you can go. If you can get to the floor, then try putting your hands on your hips or up in the air to make sure the gravity in the centre of you is pulling straight down to get you as low as possible. And then lean back to stretch out your back for about 5 seconds, and then step your other leg forward, should be your left leg now. And I can't get mine all the way down to the floor, so what I do is, if you try and lift your back leg off of the floor, the knee, and that creates a further stretch for you, so it makes you closer to getting into the split. So lower it and rise that back leg a few times, and then maybe flex the foot at the front to get an even further stretch. And this is just helping you to get lower and lower, so eventually you're in the splits. Then lean forward and stretch your arms out behind you, so link your hands again and pull them as if you're trying to get them over your head. So now you're going to stretch out your back for your bridge. I think it's very common for people to go straight into bridge, but this is not a good practice. So get on 2 knees, shoulder width apart, and lean back and grab your ankles with both hands and just rock backwards and forwards in that position for a while. And then it's time to lay flat on the floor and place your hands next to your ears, and then push up into a bridge. Walk as close as you can with your feet and your hands together and push through your shoulders. Then lift one leg and hold, and then swap legs. And this will really get you ready for those walkovers if that's what you're looking to get. I know my bridge isn't very flexible, but this is why I'm doing this every day, to make sure I get there. After you've done your bridge, make sure you roll on your back while hugging your knees to stretch it out.